Hey YouTube, how you going? Nitrobusa here. I thought I'd do a video. Had a person ask a question it was a pretty long question on my last video. So I thought I'd do a quick video just to address the question. So question was from Mike Rurak. My apologies if I got it wrong. So the question is, how has the contents of the trash changed since pre-pandemic times other than the masks? I can make a few conclusions. First is clothes. There are at least 2 loads of clothes in each of your videos compared to at least 2 loads of clothes in each of your videos compared to garbage drivers here in Canada, as well as the UK and the US. Your clothing content is staggeringly high. And my guess is this. Australia is probably the more severe COVID lockdowns and restrictions on the planet. Not as bad as New Zealand. If the police would go far to euthanise an entire animal shelter to prevent people from coming to adopt them, I don't think that was the police, that was the shelter. I would not be surprised if it's been banned for 2 years there. Result, the destination of all underwater clothes is going into the truck. Second is lack of boxes from big ticket items. And the items themselves, high volume of large waste and construction waste, similarly reason being there's no work to find. So it's a big question. So first off, how has our waste changed? So November last year was when our rubbish doubled. So there's runs now that we're not getting on. We've got to go back out for 50 to 100 bins, which was unheard of 6 months ago, 12 months ago. The comment about the clothes, so I'm going to be controversial here. Thrift shops here don't want our shit. Like, they don't care. They want brand new stuff in the box, in the packaging, that they can sell. If you're a thrift shop person, I don't care if you're offended, but that's the reality. I've got so many stories. So I work at the tip as well as driving the trucks. Before I went as a permanent driver, there's a charity place, I'll say charity place, and they're at our tip. Well, at one stage they were at our tip every day throwing out a truckload of rubbish, of clothes, just clothes. They don't care. We've had brand new clothes, we've had old clothes, we've had shitty clothes. They just throw clothes out. They don't have room for it. They don't care. It comes to the tip. I've seen instances where families have rang up. It's a deceased estate. They take the truck around there. They empty the house out. They drive the truck to the tip and throw it it goes in the landfill. They don't give a shit. They don't care. Another story that I have, one of my mates, I got him a job at the first waste company I worked at. He was doing volunteer work at one of these charities. They would get deliveries a couple of times a week from a place called Harvey Norman, which is like sells everything like furniture, stereos, TVs, everything. If Harvey Norman can't sell it, they send it to the thrift shop. And this one particular thrift shop that he worked at, he was ordered to open the box, get it out of the box, cut the cable off, throw it in the bin, because they didn't have a license to test the equipment, and they can't legally sell it without a test tag on it, and they don't want the legal obligations of if someone gets electrocuted, so it's easier for them to cut the tags off and throw it in the bin. It's ridiculous. The amount of trash that gets thrown out every day that could go to people, that could be reused, is absolutely ridiculous. The comment about the big boxes, I think I think that's a combination of people are very uneasy at the moment. They don't know what's going on. Their employment's very questionable and they're not spending money. The other thing is there's nothing to buy. Like a bloke I know, he wanted a Sony TV 6 months ago and they couldn't give him a date when it was coming in. Like there's just nothing. There's nothing available to buy. You've seen videos of the grocery stores empty. Yeah, like where the town, I'm in a what would class as a rural town. The missing food on the shelves it hit us first. Now it's hitting the major capital cities. So yeah. Green waste, the reason there's more green waste in the bins is because the grass is growing because it's hot. And one green waste bin does not like our lawn. We've got a pool in our backyard. We don't have a lot of lawn. Our lawn does not fit in the bin. So they fill up the red bin. There's regular people who have their red bins chock-a-block full of grass every week. They just mow their lawns 2-3 times a week. Building waste. There was a lot of building waste when the pandemic first happened. A lot of people were getting builders out to do renovations, or they were doing renovations when they were home. The building waste it died off a couple of weeks, maybe a month ago, but it seems to be coming back a bit. There's also the other thing that I'm trying to do with my videos is so the problem I have is a load is 4 hours. My GoPro lasts 1 hour. My Insta360 lasts an hour and 20 minutes, but the video is not very good. Like, I don't know why the GoPro video is heaps better. I've got 4 areas. Like I've got 4 hours. I've got to stick 1 hour of footage in. So I'm like, do I get more batteries? Do I try and pick where I want to? So basically what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to think of areas where I think is going to have the rubbish that you're going to enjoy, and that's when I put the camera in. The other problem is every time I put the camera in, it's 5 to 10 minutes that I'm delayed setting the camera up. That's 30 bins that I'm picking up. So it delays me at the end of the day. So I want to give you the content, but I don't want to delay me finishing and going home. So yeah, I'm trying my best. Yeah, that's it. Hope you like this video. I did it to try and answer Mike's because I thought this might be a bit better. I'll see. Oh, hang on, sorry. I'm not the best at this, so that's not the one that I want. Melvin Garbo, you had a comment. Where's the comment at? Oh, do I ever do recycle or greens? No, I don't. I do red bins only. The recycling and the greens is a contractor. They yellows goes to another town, another city. Green waste goes to the same city that I work in, but they've got a contract. It goes somewhere else and then gets processed. So yeah, we do reds. That's it. Mr. Gloricio 1970. So Mr. Gloricio 1970 commented, I find your videos great and gladly look at them. However, what irritates me is that many recyclable things, mixed and bio waste, find themselves in the trash. Are they sorted out and recycled, or are they corporate in the landfill? Goes landfill, mate. Like the job that I work at, it's a rural town. They don't have the money. They don't have the infrastructure. I do a podcast. So if you're in, I didn't really want to promote it, but my podcast partner wants me to. So my podcast is Justflipitpodcast. It's on Apple, Spotify, Google, all them. On that podcast, me and my mate Patrick, we talk about various stories. What I try and do, I try and find some stories and then we discuss it. People are listening. Yeah, the reason I decided to come up with it is because so last year I was listening to a podcast about a landfill that was developed in Victoria back in the early 2000s, and it was put in a sand mine, and they developed a estate next to it, and all the methane went through the sand, and they had to declare a natural emergency and everything. Like, it was a massive shit fight, and it all come down to money. So ever since I listened to that podcast, I went looking for garbage-related podcasts, and there was none. So I'm like, well, if you want something, you do it yourself. So I've been doing this podcast with Patrick 12 months. Not very popular. Gives us something to do. And we address, in the podcasts, we actually bring up, a lot of garbage. But one thing that I do with the podcast is I research areas and the stories. Like, one thing that amazes me is New York. They have incinerators, and all the rubbish goes to the incinerators and it produces power. I've asked my supervisors or my management, why don't we have anything like that in Australia? And the reality is Australia don't care. We don't give a shit. We've got plenty of, the comment is, we've got plenty of ground, just put it in the ground. Like, my first job that I worked at, we had a bed mister, and the rubbish gets sorted. It got sorted, so the plastic come out, this come out, that come out, went through digesters, and it come out a dirt product. Well, that product now comes out contaminated because of lead paint and toxins, so they cannot sell that product now because it's so contaminated, because people do not do the right thing when they're recycling. They don't recycle, they don't put the right rubbish in the right bins, they don't care. There's this attitude of, goes in the bin, I don't care. Sweden or Norway, sorry, I'm doing this on the fly. They have this recycling program where if you put the wrong thing in the wrong bin or the wrong bag, you get a fine, $50 fine. They don't do the wrong thing. They got a 98% recycling rate. Like, where's the initiative like that? So, thanks for everyone's comments. I've commented, there's a dude, legalised weed. He made a comment. What's the most interesting thing? I answered that. That was pretty disgusting. The DL boy, love your commitment. Yeah, you're one of the reasons I do these videos, just because I know that's commitment, and I love that. Sutherland and Shy Garbo, shout out. No, you're not the bloke you're not the kid that chased me. Sorry, there's a kid that's from Sydney. He was filming me the other day and can't remember his name. I'm real sorry. I'm bad with names. So if you like this video, let me know. I'll do more question and answers. I'll try and write down the questions and answer them for you. If you don't like it, tell me, and you'll never have to look at my ugly head again. But if you listen to my podcast, you're going to have to listen to my voice. So, the other thing, I do read your comments all the time. I am trying to think of better ways to give you better content. But you got to realise too that my money's on the line. Like, I had a camera go through the truck last week, which is funny, but I'm a camera down. I've now got an expensive camera, which is giving you the good content. So I'm trying to put the camera in an area where I can give you the good content, but it's not going to go through the hopper. Because the day that it did go through the hopper, I was filthy and I spent 45 minutes digging it out. I was not leaving it in the landfill that day. So, yeah, I am trying to give you content that you want, but you've also got to realise that I've got limitations too. So, hope you enjoyed listening to my rant and looking at my ugly head. You notice I got the video down there because I don't want you to look at my double chin because I'm fat. Whatever. So, hope you enjoyed it. If you got questions, write questions down. I'll try and answer them. As you can see, I'm a very professional. Professionalism. I'm trying to make it better for you. So, thanks for listening.